Warning, warning. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 5 days ago, a viral outbreak had happened in the city of New York that has continually started to spread quickly through the streets. At first, it appeared to be another strain of the COVID-19 disease and was being treated as such, but quickly it has become apparent that this is not COVID-19. It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills while forming a temperature that rises upwards of 105 degrees. After an hour of contracting this sickness, the infected will immediately convulse into an epileptic seizure before expiring and dying. 1 hour after that, however, the infected will start to move again, but there will be no registered pulse or other form of life, and the infected will instantly become extremely aggressive and attack any nearby non-infected in an attempt to pass on the disease. All citizens are advised to remain in your homes, and to not leave under any circumstances at all. National Guard forces are currently deployed, and all local law enforcement are tasked with taking down any aggressive infected they come across. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. 10 days ago, a new viral outbreak had broken out in New York City, and had quickly spread throughout the Northeast, and is currently ravaging its way through the Midwest, southern United States, and is quickly making its way to the West Coast. All citizens are advised to remain inside their homes and to not be seen on the streets. The infected are extremely aggressive and will attack those who are not infected. Once infected, there is no known cure and there is a 100% probability of death. National Guard, armed forces, local law enforcements and other militarized branches of the United States military are currently on a shoot-on-sight order for all infected that they find outside of homes. If you are found to be outside of your home, you will be neutralized immediately. Repeat. Stay indoors and do not go outside. Do not leave your homes at the sight of militarized forces or else you will be shot and neutralized immediately. Stay in your homes, wait for the all clear to signal, and only then will you be allowed to be evacuated to safe stations currently set up to check all citizens for infection. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. All citizens of the United States that are still in affected areas who have not been evacuated are cautioned to remain in their homes. It has been 22 days since the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO, that started in the Northeast, and currently all areas of the North American continent are infected, with it rapidly spreading worldwide. The United Nations has currently deployed peacekeeping forces to North America, South America, Europe, and the Asian continents to subdue the spread of this disease, and all travel is strictly prohibited. All citizens not yet evacuated to a safe zone are required by martial law to remain in their homes or will be effectively terminated. Dehydration, sudden fever, seizures, shivering or chills. If someone who has these symptoms suddenly dies, you are required to evacuate the area or else neutralize the subject yourself. Congress just passed a law removing all human rights from the infected people that came back to life. You are permitted to use whatever force is necessary to eliminate the threat. There will be no prosecution and there is no need to call the authorities to tell them what you have done. You have done. The United States government has issued a national warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. This is not a drill, and this is not a test. It has been 35 days since the start of the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO disease, and a vaccine has been developed. As of now, the United States, in tandem with the United Nations peacekeeping forces, are currently ordered to clear and disassemble urban areas. As of now, all infected citizens who had died to the disease, and who rose back up into a state of moving death, known officially now as zombies, after the pop culture monster of the same name, are currently congregating in massive numbers in urban areas. Why this is happening is entirely unclear, but there seems to be some sort of intelligence at play as they clear their immediate area of uninfected people, and then will move to the closest urban area, even if their rural areas are hundreds of miles away. If there are any uninfected citizens still living in urban areas, you are required to leave effective immediately. To not be mistaken for one of the infected, you are required to take white cloth and wave it around in your hands, or wear white, or have any sort of indication that you are, in fact, uninfected. Here are some basic tips to ensure your survival during the evacuation. Avoid making noise while moving so as not to draw attention to yourself. Prefer an all-terrain vehicle with high ground clearance. Some roads are in poor condition and covered in debris with limited access. Bring provisions that can last 2 weeks to overcome the unexpected. Do not use the sewer system to escape. Several bodies were found and the rat population quadrupled in less than a few days. All gun laws are now suspended. It is now allowed for any American over the age of 13 to carry and use any weapon, including those that were prohibited, to defend themselves against one or more zombies. Once the situation is back to normal, the government will not keep any records of the weapons you have used. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen. Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen. All safe zones and evacuation centers are currently inoperable and any form of local government can be re-established. The States federal government has fallen. Effective immediately, all citizens will be required to keep themselves safe. May God watch over you all.